Yo, what is up? What is up, guys? I hope everybody is having a fantastic night tonight on this Tuesday. I almost forgot the day today. Um, so yeah, I mean, the parade's over now. We have a lot to look forward to in the off season. There's already been a lot of rumors going around. Obviously, you've been seeing my videos every day of every little rumor that's coming out. I've been putting that out for you guys. And I think a lot of good things are coming. I think a lot of good things are coming. Really, really are. I know it's a little nerve-wracking with free agents and well, what are we gonna do and how they're gonna resign? Don't worry about that because Howie Roseman is this is Howie's year, man. This is every year of the offseason where Howie does some crazy stuff. He figures out the loopholes, he gets through the contracts, and obviously we need to figure out this coaching staff and what's going on first. That's really the most important thing going forward. Okay, but let's say hi to everybody in the chat before we get into some of the news from the day. Um, Hope everyone's doing well, by the way. I'm gonna make sure you guys can hear me loud and clear. This stream is sponsored by BetUS. So definitely go check them out if you guys have not. Appreciate it so much. So much. So thank you to BetUS for that. If this chat would work for 2 seconds, it would be nice. It should work. I don't know why it's there we go. We got Primetime Stephen Joyce. What's going on? John Jones. Odell Boy, what's going on, man? Hope you're having a fantastic day today. Hope you're doing good. House Guy says Birds will dominate this year. BOK says doesn't matter the cap, how will make magic happen. Oh, yeah. I think a lot of restructures are going to happen, guys. Like I think we're going to try to make room. It wouldn't shock me if they do something to the Jalen Hurts contract. He's got the lowest. Jalen Hurts has the lowest cap number out of any quarterback this season. Okay, wouldn't shock me if they extend that contract. They could do whatever they want with that quarterback contract at this point because they'll use that contract to free up more money for the Eagles. So I think a restructure or an extension will come out of that to save more money. With Lane Johnson's restructure, it would be like 2.9 million. With Dallas Goedert restructure, it would be like I forgot the number. I thought it was like a little over 4 million, between 3 to 4 million for Dallas Goedert. And there's probably other ones I have no idea of just because there's loopholes and things. And we'll see what happens with the Bryce Huff contract and what they're going to do here with some of these free agents that are going to become free agents that hopefully some of them will hit the market and some of them won't hit the market. We'll figure out. We'll see what happens. We got Nifty 350 with the first super chat of the night. Thank you so much, man. It says, would you move DeJean outside to replace Slay or keep Rodgers there? Would you put Rodgers in slot? I think we need a tight end and defensive line pieces. So, no, I would not move DeJean to the outside. You want to keep him on the inside because realistically, we have no one else on this roster that can play on the inside. Okay, Ringo can't play on the inside. Obviously, Isaiah Rodgers is a free agent, so we need to see if we could even re-sign him. I mean, he should. If they want him back, I would think that he's relatively cheap. He didn't play that much this year to incorporate that much money going forward. So Eli Ricks can't play inside. You have a lot of guys that couldn't play the inside besides Quinyon Mitchell that started in training camp on the inside going forward. And then once Isaiah Rodgers messed up his hand before that first game in Brazil, they kept him to the outside, thank God. But DeJean, no. DeJean needs to stay on the inside. Definitely needs to stay on the inside. He's been a powerhouse at that inside corner spot. You don't have anybody else. And can otherwise you might have to draft someone kind of early that could play on the inside. But you're drafting guys early at cornerback in the draft because you want them to play on the outside. So they'll obviously bring in more competition for depth and stuff like that. I don't know if they're going to bring Maddox back. I'm not really sure about that. I think tight end is something to definitely think about because this is the last year on Dallas Goedert's contract. Okay, this is the last year on Dallas Goedert's contract, and he's missing a lot of games, man. I mean, I think he's like an $11 million cap hit this year. It's a lot of money. It's a lot against the cap. So I don't know if they restructure within his last year and just redo his contract on a 1 year or something like that. So we'll see what happens with that. But I think they need more depth at tight end. I don't think Calcaterra will be the number one guy going forward. Okay. So realistically, the news that's coming out right now is that Doug Newsemeyer from Josina Anderson, he is already It looks like it's not final. It's not out that he is, but Josina Anderson says that it's looking like that Doug Nussmeier, the Eagles quarterback coach, will be the offensive coordinator for the Saints. Okay. I don't know what Kellen Moore's problem is. Kellen Moore has no, I said in my video, he's got no Freds. I don't know how he was treated as a child, but Jesus Christ, man, we are the only team that he's picking on besides Brandon Staley and like a DB coach for defensive coordinator from the Vikings. There's like nobody else at this point that he's really picking on. He's trying to get the whole entire Eagle staff. Okay, so Doug Nussmeier is in the run. We know that Jamal Singleton, the running back coach, actually interviewed for the Saints offensive coordinator job, but I didn't really think he was going to. I didn't think he was going to get it. So then another move happened. I want to not mess up his name. TJ Paganetti. TJ Paganetti is a assistant to Jeff Stoutland for the offensive line coach. It looks like he signed with the Saints today as I don't know what. It's not even saying what his actual job is. Maybe he's a new offensive line coach for the Saints. Not really sure. This is a guy that's worked next to Jeff Stoutland for a while. So he's not around as of right now going forward. So we'll see what happens with that. And other than that, that's pretty much it. So what happens to Kevin Patullo? It looks like that Kevin Patullo could be in the clear. And you know why? Because Kevin Patullo hasn't had any interviews whatsoever. Kevin Patullo is pretty much, I felt like he's been safe for a while. And I have a feeling, guys, that Kevin Patullo will be the new offensive coordinator for the Philadelphia Eagles. I know people are going to be a little nervous because, at this point, no one's really, at this point, everyone's been kind of a little bit nervous over the promotion from within, not getting new blood outside the organization, things like that. So I think people have been nervous on that front when it comes to it. But I don't feel like I'm not feeling bad about it. I feel like it may be a good move. So we'll see. We got Nifty with the super chat. What's going on, man? Thank you so much. She says, also need to consider Lane Johnson's successor. Calcaterra isn't a terrible pass catcher, but a terrible blocker. I wouldn't promote OC from within, although Kellen might take all the staff. JK. Yeah, so realistically, like I'm kind of looking for that extension for Mekhi Becton, because I think if you at least extend Mekhi Becton, you want to see what Tyler Steen could do after another offseason. You want to see what that Trevor Keegan from Michigan, because I have a lot of high hopes for him for the future of this offensive line. If Lane Johnson's here for a couple more years, then you could potentially put Mekhi Becton at that right tackle spot if that's where you're going to be. You know what I mean? So I think that would make more sense going forward. This way you have more options going forward. I don't know if Mekhi Becton playing guard for 1 year is going to be a lot of money. And I don't think Mekhi Becton's going to want to go anywhere else. Finally he found a home. Does he really want to change it this early and get greedy? I don't think it'd be the right decision for him going forward. You know what I mean? So you just won a Super Bowl and, try to work something out with the Eagles to get something done. Because the Eagles really don't have a backup right tackle right now. That's really fortunate to be in that spot. So we'll see what happens. But I agree. I haven't really been comfortable promoting from within for OC, but you know what? For some reason, I don't feel too bad about this one as much. We got Jerry Fry with the super chat. Thank you so much, Mrs. Kellen Moore starting to get on my nerves. I know, I get it. Well, it is what it is. That's what these coaches do. Ben Johnson leaves the fucking Lions, and he's taking all the staff with him. You know what I mean? That's what happens. You know what I mean? I don't know why, Doug, I know Doug Nussmeier, the quarterback coach, was going to be out the door. So realistically, if Kevin Patullo is the new OC for the Eagles, then they're going to have to find a new QB coach. They're going to have to find a new QB coach, and they're going to have to find a new passing game coordinator. So obviously, Kevin Patullo will be the offensive coordinator, but at the end of the day, he'll still be in charge of a lot of things when it comes to the passing game. But we got to make sure we run the ball too next year. You know what I mean? So another potential 2,000-yard season for Saquon Barkley. What you do at the backup running back position now that Saquon is here for another year or two, they could extend Saquon's contract. There's so many loopholes with this team. Saquon Barkley, technically this year is his last year in 25, and then in 26 is a option year for him on his contract. So realistically, they can, I don't think Saquon's going to be done after this year and next year, or after this year. I would extend him another year after this year and try to save some money if they could do that. So Will Shipley is the backup. How many people agree for him to be the backup guy and do what he could do? I think in the receiving game, he's going to be a big threat in Philadelphia. And I've liked his running style a little bit, and he plays tough, and he's a physical running back too for his size. So we'll see what happens with that, man. We'll see what happens with that. Shiny Lynn says, "What up, Joey? Would you consider trying to get Eric Bieniemy as OC?" Honestly, I don't know what he's been doing. What has he been? A coach? He's been coaching college for the year. I don't even know what's going on with him as of right now. So I'm not really sure. I know Frank Reich's out there. Leftwich, Bobby Slowick's not there anymore. He's the passing game coordinator for the Miami Dolphins now. So, I mean, you're slim pickings right now. So realistically, I probably guarantee at 90% Kevin Patula will be the new OC. That's what I'm really getting from it, man. Shonoff says, having Patula as OC will be like 23 season. Don't promote from within, go outside. I get it. People are going to be against it. I'm like on the fence about it too, bro. Because you know what? You know why it makes me worried? It makes me worried because in 2023, if Brian Johnson was the scapegoat and all behind the scenes, it was all Nick game planning, and he knows he can't game plan. He knows that he can be involved with passing game planning. But other than that, that's pretty much it. Just a little bit, not much. Okay, if we were in such trouble in 2023, why wasn't the play calling given to Kevin Patula? Okay, Kevin Patula was here. He was here in 23. They never gave him the play calling. So that's where it makes me a little nervous. You got to be very careful with this OC spot because Nick can't do anything, unfortunately. Nick is a former wide receiver. He loves the wide receivers. He loves the passing game. And if you put too much control in his hands, he's overly aggressive, which we've seen that this past season that we just won, okay, from the couple games like the Browns game, the Panthers game, the Jaguars game, overly just, he sees a defense that is almost, ranked last against the pass. He takes the game plan into his own hands, pass, 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 pass. So they really got to be careful in this situation going forward, man. Xavier says, especially after the Super Bowl, Josh Sweat is going to get paid. Oh, yeah, 100%. 100%. You're going to get comp picks for both of those guys. It's a comp pick game now. You're going to get comp pick. You're going to get a third-round comp pick for Milton Williams. You're going to get a fourth-round pick for Josh Sweat. Josh Sweat just hired Drew Rosenhaus as his agent. And if you guys know who Drew Rosenhaus is, this man is only hired to get guys going to get paid, players get paid a lot of money under him. So these comp picks will count for 2026, not this year, but next year. He's going to play the comp pick game. Realistically, does it hurt us? Probably a little bit, but realistically, you still got Nolan Smith, you still got Jordan Davis, you still got Jalen Carter. You know what I mean? You see if, Brandon Graham comes back. I'm excited to see what, I'm excited to see where Jalix Hunt. I would just farted on his name real quick. Jalix Hunt, to see where his production is going to be at. Milton, well, I think Moro Ojomo is a guy that can move up into that spot, in that third spot, maybe at the DT position. I feel like the Eagles are going to double down on defensive line this season. I think in the draft, the first and second rounds, whether they trade back, whatever the case may be, if there's still a lot of proven players on the board after 32, I'd trade back, man. I wouldn't stay there just to pay a guy first-round money. Makes no sense to me. That 32nd pick is pretty much a second-round pick to me, unless there are 5 players the Eagles want, and they can move back, 5 to 10 spots and still can get their guy that they want, then sure, I guess that will make more sense going forward. Bieniemy just got hired in college. Chris says, go get Frank Reich. Frank Reich's another one. We'll see what happens, man. I haven't heard any Frank Reich news at all. I've heard nothing. Alfredo said, I don't care who is the OC of our identity. Should still be to run the ball down teams' throats until they stop it. No sense in having 2 KSA if we're going to get the most out of the last 2 years in his prime. And that's true. That's true. He's in the backfield, and that was one of the biggest problems they had before the bye week. They weren't running the ball enough. We know this team could pass. We know what Jalen Hurts could do with this offense. We know we could pass the ball. We know we got the weapons. We have everything around Jalen Hurts. Okay. The main thing is that you do not want to stray away from the run. And you just saw it in that Super Bowl when defenses sell for the fucking run and they sold to stop Saquon Barkley. And guess what? They sold. You do a play action fake. Boom, Devontae Smith touchdown. Boom, crosser to A.J. Brown for a touchdown. It opens up so much. You have two number one wide receivers, a 1A, a 1B, Jahan Dotson getting involved, Dallas Goedert, not even covered, blown coverage at times. I mean, I get it, man. Running the ball is the number one thing we got to do, man. Drake Diesel with the super chat, man. Thank you so much for they say, hey, how you doing, bro? Only 210 more days till the start of the season. Hey, how much can we offer to pay Sweaty J? I don't know what he wants. I think they're going to let both of these guys walk. I know that Jeffrey Lurie did say they're going to be taking a hit this year on a couple free agents. And I think it's going to be both of them. Honestly, I think whether they make a trade for a player, I don't know if it's going to be a Myles Garrett, which I don't know if that's going to be the case. Okay. But if Brandon Graham could come back and then they could at least sign like another guy, they might double dip at edge rusher. I mean, realistically, like with Nolan Smith, Jordan Davis, Jalen Carter, and Jalix Hunt, and a little, maybe Milton Williams mixed in and some stuff like that. They had a 4-man pass rush an entire game, man. Like I feel like they're going to come on, and I feel like, you lose Milton Williams. Of course, it's a loss. You have to let guys walk in the free agency when they feel fulfilled. They win a Super Bowl. I get it. You know what I mean? Bring some more hungry guys into the room. I think they bring some depth at DT. I think they bring a starter at that edge rusher position. I'm not talking about the guy, I'm not talking about Abdul Carter or something like that. And I mean, we have the combine really soon. So I've been looking at some draft prospects. I haven't put any stuff out yet because I really want to see what they do in free agency, who they lock up, who they let go, and what's going on. We know the number one signing in Philadelphia right now. The number one re-sign is going to be Zach Bond. That is the number one. There was a projected contract for Zach Bond, and it was like $14 million a year for 3 years, which wasn't bad. It was like 50-something million, 14 a year, something like that. $14 million a year. I mean, shit, if you give him more guaranteed money up front, give him a big-ass signing bonus, I don't care what you do, keep that man in the building. Because you get rid of, if Zach Bond walks, if they let him walk, I'm telling you right now, bro, like they're fucked that linebacker. They're screwed. They're screwed until like late October because Nakobe Dean's not going to come back until October, November. You have Ben Van Simmons coming off a knee injury, and Trotter Jr., man, he hasn't played much. What are you expecting out of Jeremiah Trotter Jr.? You know what I mean? If he does great. But why let the guy walk? You can't let a guy walk. The Kobe Dean's injury just made him cheaper after next season. Just made him cheaper, way cheaper. They could get him, Jordan Davis and the Kobe Dean. I mean, both of those guys. You know what I mean? So we'll see what happens, man. I love how you're counting down the days to the season, man. I'm gonna enjoy the summer. I'm gonna go on vacation. I'm gonna do some things. I'm gonna have some fun. Get some things rolling. Sean says, don't want Garrett too much compensation. Yeah, I don't know what they're going to do here, man. That's the one thing I really don't know. I don't know what's going to happen here with Myles Garrett and where he's going to want to go. Because I'm telling you right now, there's going to be a team that's going to want to pay him a lot. And I really don't see the Eagles. There we go. Sorry, something happened real quick. Okay. I don't know what it's going to cost to get him to Philadelphia. I honestly have no freaking idea. Your guess is probably as good as mine. Because if it costs 2 first-rounders, I'm not going to take him. If it costs 3, I'm not going to take him. A first and a second, maybe I would do, but it's hard, man. He's a 29-year-old edge rusher. 29 years old. He's not 26. He's not 27. He's 29 years old. What is he, 29 years old? You know what I mean? So it's really tough to make a move like that. And honestly, like I've been actually liking producing guys, but your Super Bowl window is wide open. It would be nice to get somebody at a high, an above average rate at that position that could really line up next to Jalen Carter, and really offenses really have to pick their poison. That would be good for, that would be very good for us going forward. But we just have to see. We just got to see. So I had to reset this chat because our president Joey, when Howie said we were coming back even stronger, is that a hint Howie's getting Myles Garrett? It could be anything realistically. Coming back stronger could be re-signs. It could be really anything at this point. Like the Eagles don't have to do that much. So when we get into March, guys, don't feel like you're going to see Washington making a lot of moves. You're going to see, Howie Roseman can only do so much. The Eagles have literally just a few things they need to do, and they have a whole entire draft to do it as well. You know what I mean? So I think everybody needs to relax a little bit. That's all. They just got to relax. Beast, too much give up and page 29. Rather have a rookie. Yeah, I get it, man. I get it. Dave said, hey, Joey, what about Zach Wilson as our backup QB? No, I don't know what they're doing. There's a lot of rumors right now that Kenny Pickett's getting traded. I don't know if that's going to be that's the only trade rumors I've seen so far. Kenny Pickett getting traded. Realistically, what are we going to get for him? A 5th rounder? I mean, I can't see much, But Howie Roseman could take those 5ths, those 6, and turn them into, Howie Roseman with the more picks he has, you never know, man. You never know. Beachguard said, but Joey, this year's first round is like a second, so it's not too bad if we take 2 first round. Oh, yeah, technically, sure. I mean, technically, if the Browns want to be in that spot, if they like that pick, we'll see. But we'll see what happens, man. As long as he stays out of the NFC East, I honestly don't even care. I don't care what Cleveland said, because all these teams always say that. They always say, oh, we're not going to do this. And half the time, dude, it's all lies, dude. It's all lies for the media. They don't want to put news out there. Trust me. We've heard a lot of teams lie about trading a player, and then they get traded. It happens. It's a marketing ploy. So Philly 007 says Vic Fangio staying is key because you guys don't have to learn. Now guys don't have to learn a new defense. Oh, yeah, dude. I want to hear from him. I want to hear from him already, I'm kind of waiting right now. I want to hear from Vic Fangio just about the Super Bowl in general. It sucks that we didn't really hear from any of the other coaches, man, but yeah. We got the hemorrhoid strikes back with the super chat. Let's go, man. Huff's going to have to play. That dead cap hit is bad. It's like what, 13 million? They can literally extend him and cut him. If they can, I think a way around it is if you do extend him, and if you extend him another year and at least cut him, you could probably split that dead cap pretty nice. So I don't know what they're doing, guys. Realistically, like, if they didn't even play him in the Super Bowl, bro. They through the playoffs, he's had a few snaps. There was one playoff game he only had a snap. There was another he didn't have any. And then the Super Bowl, he was a healthy scratch. He was inactivated. He was not even active for that last game in the Super Bowl. Like, I don't know what they think of him, but let me tell you, like, that's not good. Not a good sign going forward. So, our friends say, okay, defense-wise, you're right. Our players don't have to learn about new defense. They will only get better going into year 2. Chris Gomez said, if we trade Huff as a June 1st designation, it would dead cap hit of 13. We could spread the money over 2. Yeah. That's where I'm kind of looking at it. If they extend his contract a little bit more, they could spread it out a little bit more. Post-June. I don't know. Is it a trade or a release? I don't think it's a trade. I think if they release him, it's 13 million. I gotta look at it again, but I thought it was 13 without a trade. Alexia Gaming said, worried about our players going to Washington for sure. They're right there at our division competition for years to come. Well, yeah, about time we have some competition in the division. It's not necessarily a bad thing, but we're gonna find out what Jaden Daniels is all about in his second year, bro. He had one good year. He had one really good year in a really lucky situation with that team having as much cap as they had. 17 free agents signed and they were successful within 1 year. Good for them. But at the end of the day, quarterbacks are calculated through their second and third years, and that's just the truth. Now everyone has a blueprint on this quarterback now. Now there's tape. Now there's a lot to look at now to how to defend him. As the weeks go on. So that's going to be, interesting. So that's where we're at. Lil G said, I'm a big fan of Eagles season better today. Tell your dad happy birthday, man. Tell your dad happy birthday. The real fans said, if you could only keep one, who would you keep, Bond or Becton? Bond. There's no question. Bond 100%. Because with Jeff Stoutland in the building, if they lose Becton, then obviously if they decide not to sign Becton, there's a reason for it, and he'll have an answer for that. Whether it's Steen, which he struggled in that game, in the game in the what was it? The NFC? What was it? The Rant? I forgot. Oh no, it was the Super Bowl. He struggled in that Super Bowl a little bit. Trevor Keegan's another guy I'm excited for, and they're going to have more offensive linemen in the building regardless. So it'd be Bond like there's no tomorrow. So that's where I'm kind of at with the situation. So that's where I'm at. Let's see here. Chris Scott says Pat Ryan, that 18 mil will turn to 38 when the cap goes to 275 mil. With 4 restructures, we can get to 55 to 68 mil under the cap. We could sign Bond, Becton, Sweat, maybe even Slay. Yeah, Slay is gonna. Yeah, so I think the cap is going up I think the number is 272. I think it's 272. It'll go up 272. The Eagles have $9 million rolling over, which gives them 32 to 34. So realistically, they can have over. With a few restructures, they could have potentially $45-50 million, which isn't bad. Not a bad number to have. I don't think it's bad enough. Sting is being stupid right now. Philly said, I'm keeping Ball on defense wins championship. We just witnessed that. Oh, we did, man. We did. You can count on a defense like that, man. I'll tell you that. You can count on a defense like that. The Hemorrhoid strikes back with a super chat. What's going on, man? Says Myles Garrett. Nope. Abdul Carter. Yes. GOAT. Defense either way. Yeah. I'm not big. I like the Myles Garrett trade a lot. I do like it, but for the price, they're going to have to extend him because he's an $18 million cap hit next season, this season in 25. So, it's going to be there's going to be a whole nother thing we got to deal with, unfortunately. I don't want to deal with it, but we're going to have to deal with it. Let's see. Appreciate that, Superman. I think a restructure will happen with Jalen Hurts. I think they'll restructure. They can do whatever they want with Jalen Hurts' contract. They can do whatever they want with that contract. Because he's far, what, 26? What was it? 20. I forgot when his contract ends. His 28 or 20 something. I don't forgot when it ends, but they could do whatever they want just to make room and do things. Trust me. It's not hard to do. Jerry said, do you tag somebody? Not this year. No. Like somebody was like, how much is it going to cost to tag Zach Bond? It's going to cost you $24 million. Fully guaranteed. That's way too much money. Can't tag. I don't think the Eagles really need to tag, to be honest. So I don't think they're in that situation. I don't think they're really there yet with that. So all right. This has got to go. This has got to go. I don't know. This chat thing is slowing up everything, and I might have to get rid of it. And if there's any super chats, I'll read them out. Read them out for you. Because this chat thing slows my computer down. I don't get why it does. So weird. So weird. But I gotta go back, and I gotta... Hold on. Yeah, so I think potentially no one's gonna get tagged. I don't see it. I don't really see it too much. So we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Okay, hold on. Patiently waiting for the news, Myles Garrett.
I take you.
Yeah, we'll see, bro. I'm not putting too much on it. You know,
and in health.
I'm not putting too much on it. I think this draft will be pretty exciting. Unfortunately, like their mid-round picks, I'm not putting too much on. I don't know if their mid-round picks this year are too late. I have to check them again. Unfortunately, like their mid-round picks, our mid-round picks, I think this year are owned by Washington and a few others. Unfortunately, like their mid-round picks. Just give me a second. Mid-round picks. I have to do a new chat thing for YouTube because this one just like it slows my whole computer down. Like I don't get it. Like I don't get why it slows it down so much. It's pretty fucking annoying, honestly. Like I don't get it. Hold on. I see the super chat. Let me try to do this without fucking it up. Hold on. Without screwing it up would be nice. Try to do this without fucking it up. Where's my... Where the fuck are you? Oh, I'm in the wrong fucking thing. Where's my... Where the fuck are you? Oh, I'm in the We got a super chat from Luke's dad. What's going on, man? Appreciate the super chat. That we stay at 32. There's so much defensive front depth in this class. Maybe trade up for the right guy or move back for picks. Don't see Eagles moving the pick for Myles, but Howie is crazy. He is. You can move back and get more picks and get the guy you want. You can move back. Oh. Sorry. See, I'm sorry. I reopened. No, I got it. I had my stream open. Sorry. I'll read the super chat again. Luke's dad says, doubt we stay at 32. There's much defensive front depth for this class. Maybe we trade up for the right guy or move back for picks. Sorry, Luke. Sorry, everybody. Don't see Eagles moving the pick for Myles, but Howie's crazy. No, definitely true. He's definitely crazy. I think you can trade back, get the picks that you want. I mean, if the draft could land the way this past draft landed, like 15 offensive players off the board, no quarterbacks off the board, like we landed Quignon in our pocket. We landed DeJean with one trade up in our fucking pocket, bro. I mean, a draft never happens like that. It never happens like that. So I don't like the 32nd pick. And you know what? The Eagles are not going to how much you going to trade up in this draft? Not much. I can't see that much. We get trade up to 5th. You can't move up. You think teams are going to let us trade up and they're just here, just come, move up 5 spots for a fucking, move up, 15 spots for a 5th round pick. It ain't going to happen. If he does that, damn. If he does that, then I'll probably be more shocked than anything else, Appreciate the super chat, man. I'm sorry for the echo, by the way. This is a bad stream tonight. Trust me. I wasn't even prepared. Bless me. Bar says, bro, there was like an AI voice playing in the background. Yeah, it was me. Bar says, did you see the vid of Howie getting hit with the beer can? Our fans are so embarrassing. That's Philly, bro. It's Philly, bro. The cop, even I was hearing, the cops are really cool. Like, everybody was really chill from what I heard. The cops knows what's going on. They know people are, they're smoking weed. They're, they're drinking like crazy. They're not embarrassing, bro. This is just who we are. It's how they are, man. Chris said, we don't have the capital to trade up. I'm cool with trading back. I mean, of course you have the capital to trade up. Sure. I mean, you can use picks for next year. You can do a lot. You could do whatever you want, but is it should you give up the farm just to move up in this draft? No. For one guy? No, definitely not. This is a team that needs a few pieces. This isn't anything more serious. Paran says, Chris, I kind of hope that's what happens. He definitely afford the trade. Chris says, oh, they definitely already said they're not getting rid of him. In fact, they're trying to see if they can get Kirk Cousins to come play over to entice him to stay, but they ain't getting rid of him. Parts that they threw it at kids. Chris said, Pat Ryan, I believe we'd get Garrett. I just don't think Howie will do it. Yeah, it depends on price, bro. I'm not getting rid of for a 29-year-old, I'm not getting rid of that much. I'm not getting rid of that much, dude. For a 29-year-old, bro, that's a rental for a couple years, like I'm not doing it. No. I'm not doing it. And on top of everything else, dude, his cap number is humongous. Like the Browns are going to have to pay some of that. Like there's no way they're going to ask for all these picks and then they're going to be like, "Well, you have to, inherit this entire contract that's left with the cap hit." You know what I mean? Beast Gar with the super chat, man. Thank you so much. He says Carter and Garrett on the same side of the defensive line, bro. Oh yeah, they need to find that piece on that side. Nolan Smith, he's going to have a lot of pressure on him next year. Nolan Smith, fantastic second year, and will probably be a double-digit sack guy next season in 25. So now you just need that one other piece. There's already been rumors blooming around on that. What was it? That edge rusher from Tennessee. What's his name? He's having a lot of off-the-field issues. If I hear off-the-field issues from a player that's supposed to be coming out of the draft early, I'm keeping an eye on that. I think from Tennessee, right? I forgot his name. Chris is 2 1s for Max Garrett. Otherwise, I'm not interested. No. I'm with you, bro. I'm with you. Chris says, would you sign Oren Burks or sign Greenlaw in free agency? Greenlaw is expected to get $6 billion. Greenlaw is. I mean, I don't really appreciate him going after Big Dom, but that's definitely. I saw that they did release him. He's an interesting one. He's an interesting one going forward, and Oren Burks, I wouldn't mind either, bro. He ain't gonna be that expensive either. What is he gonna be? The last time he played the Kansas City Chiefs is when he was with the 49ers and came in for Greenlaw during the game and didn't play well. But for the Eagles, Vic Fangio and how I was shocked that Trotter Jr. didn't get reps over Oren Burks. But let me tell you, like Oren Burks, that man was whatever they did with him, whether it was practice, whether it was getting him prepared to start, he was shut down in coverage, and he was damn good at going with the pass rush, playing downhill. Oren Burks was great player, man. I would definitely keep that in our sights, no doubt. He's gonna be cheap. Isaiah Rodgers, I think Becton, and I think all three of those guys are going to be really cheap going forward. Luke Stab with the super chat. Thank you so much. I'm sure you've went over it. Don't worry about it. If I go over it 5, 6, 7 times, I don't care. And if you super chat it or if you say it in the chat, it doesn't matter to me. I will go over things a million times just to make sure we're all on the same page. We're here to know all the information, and there's always new people coming in or whatever, so we're always ready to talk about it. So don't think you're saying anything stupid. Luke's dad said, I'm sure you went over it, but who do you see staying versus leaving? I think Bond and Becton are the two guys I can't let go. Agreed. I like Isaiah Rodgers too. Agreed. I think Sweat is walking, and I think Milton is walking because of the compensatory pick game. Compensatory picks, Howie Roseman loves that. You want to make a run for this year at a Super Bowl, and you're going to have more free agents. Just think about it. You're going to have more free agents next year. You're going to have what? Jordan Davis, Nakobe Dean, Jalen Carter's got one more year after this year. I have to look at it. I'm not even looking into the 26 offseason to 27. Let's be real here. But realistically, I think you got to keep Becton, Bond, and really we need to see what's going on with Slay. Slay is really the big thing. Like, is Slay a fat cat? Is Slay going to be hungry next season? Like, that's what I'm saying. Is he satisfied? Does he just want to finish out his year in Philadelphia just because? Like, I don't want him to be, I don't want him to just be here and sit comfortable, like, so we can put a young, hungry guy in there that's going to fight for that spot and play well. You know, I don't think Eli Ricks is a starter yet. I think he needs more. I think he needs more, another offseason under his belt. You know, playing downhill, he's great. And when his coverage, he's a little bit of a statue at times. You know, I just don't think he's there yet. Not saying he's bad. Obviously, Fangio liked Isaiah. You know, I, when Isaiah Rodgers got suspended for the gambling situation, the Eagles were the only team that had interest in him, and they went out and got him. They, you know, obviously they had to deal with it, sit him for the year, and then he couldn't talk to the team in 23. He couldn't do anything. Couldn't be around the team, couldn't talk to the team, couldn't go to the NovaCare, couldn't go to the games, couldn't do anything. So Isaiah Rodgers had a little chip on his shoulder this year. So I would expect maybe that they will re-sign him back. And he's not going to be expensive. Didn't play much. He played when he had to. I thought he did a really good job. Playoffs, he did a really good job. He's value. Isaiah Rodgers is a legit starting cornerback in this league, and he's young. You know? So a lot of good things coming out of it, man. A lot of good things coming out of it. So just give it some time. I think Bourne, Becton, Isaiah Rodgers. If they just sign Bourne, realistically, if they sign just Bourne, I'll be I'll feel pretty good where it's going. If they sign Bourne and Becton, I could sit back. I feel like I could fucking relax. I feel like I could really fucking relax, honestly. You know? So we'll see what happens. Appreciate that super chat, by the way. Don't feel like you say anything dumb, because nothing is dumb here. You know? Chris says Rodgers is definitely a lock. We got to get him. His value is paramount to this team, even with Ringo. I agree. Produce, and that's what we're not used to, guys. We're not used to producing. We're used to getting your defensive line and get the rotation. Let's get depth, and let's just make sure that our secondary doesn't get exposed. And that's not happening anymore. It's not happening anymore. It's a different time now. It's a different fucking time now in Philadelphia. Chris says Garrett's getting traded, but he's going to cost a boatload of picks and a younger player. No, I agree. I'm on and off about it. I wouldn't mind the trade if it was cheap, but I know it's not going to unless Howie Roseman spreads some magic. I'm not really sure. Reverend Bebop, Philly sports fan 25. I'm totally on board with Pitts. He's underutilized in ATL and would be a beast in our offense. Yeah, I'm always wondering, man, Kyle Pitts, and I was really excited about him. I was very excited about him coming out of the draft. I wonder if the Eagles think they can get something out of him. They feel like he could, with a good offense around him, and with his size and his catching ability, there could be some really good things going down the line. So we'll see what happens with that. What's going on, Matt? Yo, Reese, what's going on, dude? Hope you're having a good day, man. Philly Sports, I want to trade for Kyle Pitts. It probably won't even cost much, to be honest with you. All right, Mike says Keegan will be Becton's replacement. We'll see. Because he got hurt last offseason. I don't know if he'll make it through one offseason. We'll see what happens. You know, Tyler Steen, Trevor Keegan at that right guard spot. I can't see Becton leaving. Becton went through hell with the Jets, came to Philadelphia, so grateful, never hear a peep from him, just happy, in a good mood. Is so happy to be in the situation. He loves Jalen Hurts. I can't see this man going somewhere else. If you're him, there's no way you're trying to leave this team. There's no way. He even put up a tweet. He put up a tweet the other day saying, "I miss the guys already," meaning, you know, the football team, the roster, being around the guys. He said, "I miss the guys already." That shows you if that shows you he doesn't want to come back to Philadelphia, you're fucking lying, bro. You're lying. You know what I mean? You're lying on that. By the way, guys, we have 217 in the chat. If you are new to the channel, we cover the Eagles every day. Definitely subscribe to the channel. If you guys have not, definitely check out the Philly Shakedown podcast merch if you guys have it. Okay, we have the champions. They're going really fast, guys. Like so fast, it's ridiculous. We want to thank everybody that's purchased the polyester, high sprung polyester champion shirt. It's the fabric here. Last, no peeling, no fading, no nothing. It's a fantastic shirt. These take like 45 minutes to make, so they take a while to make. Definitely check out the champion shirt and check out the main thing t-shirt, the iconic moment t-shirt that we did make, and this has been going like crazy as well. So definitely go order your shirt today. Link is in the description of this live stream, and if not, just click the link in the live chat as well for it too. So we appreciate it so much. A lot of orders have come in, and we will put out ASAP. We'll send them out. So definitely check those out. Appreciate it so much, and all of the obvious support that Philly 500's been getting, I've been getting. So when you support that, you support the Philly Shakedown as well. So we do appreciate that so much. You know what happened? Okay, I thought something was playing. All right, we're good to go. Let's see. Max Crosby? Nah, probably not. He's gonna stay a Raider the rest of his career. He's gonna stay a Raider the rest of his career. I don't see him going anywhere really. Darian Dudley says, "No way we let Baun go." Oh, definitely not. No Baun. Baun's not leaving. Beesguard says, "Other than Baun, I feel like we have players to fill in the other spots. Honestly, I'm so confident this offseason. Everything else we add is a plus." That's true. I mean, if you lose Sweat and you lose Sweat and you know, Milton Williams, I don't think it's the biggest loss everyone thinks it is, because you're really. I want to see what Jalix Hunt does with another offseason under his belt. I thought the last two games from Jalix Hunt were great. The last two games from Jordan Davis were really great. Moro Jomo has really come up to be, I mean, a seventh round pick that came out of the draft with really flashing at a pass rush and was more of a run stuffer. I think he's been absolutely incredible. You know? Dre Deal says, "Damn, we lost Pagnetti and Newsomer today." Yeah, we did. We did. I mean, are you really surprised that Doug is gone? Don't be surprised that Doug Newsomeyer is gone. So that's the news. Doug Newsomeyer is now well, it's not official. Josina Anderson put out the news. Doug Newsomeyer, the Eagles QB coach, is now the offensive coordinator for the Saints. TJ Paganetti, he's like the assistant offensive line coach to Jeff Stoutland. He is now with the Saints as well. Now, the one thing we have to watch out for now is Christian Parker. Apparently, I haven't seen any more interviews. I know Staley, that was the head coach for the Chargers. Staley is interviewing for the defensive coordinator position for the Saints. And then we have Christian Parker, our DB's coach, that is interviewing for that job as well. So there's been more rumors that Staley will be. There's more rumors that Staley will get the job over Christian Parker, but we might only have Christian Parker for one more year. So, you know what I mean? Even our running back coach actually interviewed Jamal Singleton. He interviewed for the fucking offensive coordinator job for the Saints as well. I knew he wasn't going to get it. I mean, Doug Newsomeyer is Kellen's dude. He was with him in Dallas for 4 years, with him with the Chargers for a year, and then when he came to Philadelphia, you know what I mean? So it's kind of nuts, man. We got the hemorrhoid strikes back. What's going on, man? Appreciate the super chat so much. Abdul Carter's master plan: 1, show up overweight; 2, half-ass every drill; 3, say F your mother in every team interview except Philly; 4, crash a car. Oh, dude, that's horrible, dude. That's horrible. That's horrible, man. Yeah, dude. Like, I saw the picture of Jalen Carter and Abdul Carter, like, taking a picture with the trophy, I think, which was pretty cool. But, man, dude, like, that would be something, bro. Like, that would be something to get him. I know there's no way it's going to happen, but I just don't feel it, man. I just don't feel it. Gas mask bong, yeah, I remember that. What offensive lineman was that? Who was that? I remember that. He was like he couldn't believe that when that news came out, and like he went down the draft board because of that. Greg says Trevor Keegan was the team captain on the offensive line for the national championship Michigan Wolverines. Yeah. He didn't give up a sack 2 years ago either. He didn't give up a sack either. You know? Parflies Abdul wants to be an Eagle too. If we somehow get him, I'd be so hyped, bro. Leon says, shaking my head. Or, dude, what are we losing, bro? What are we losing? We're fine. Laramie Tunsil. Yeah, it was Laramie Tunsil. Yeah, dude, like, this is the name of the game, bro. You know, this is the name of the game. The Eagles have to capitalize on it. That's all. I mean, when it comes to a roster standpoint, it's really not that much. It's really not. Your offense is pretty much intact. Besides Mekhi Becton and Gainwell leaving in free agency, your offense is locked up. Is freshly locked up. Dickerson got locked up. Your 2 wide receivers are locked up. Jahan Dotson's here for another year at $3.5 million. That's really cheap. You know, your offense is pretty much chill. Your defense, you're losing. Obviously, you're not losing everybody on defense. You're signing Zach Bond back. Okay, you're signing Zach Bond back. Josh Sweat probably going to be gone. Milt Williams probably going to be gone. But they're going to get comp picks for both of those guys, the 3rd and 4th rounders. And Howie Roseman likes the comp pick game. It's not as bad as everyone thinks. Like, you know, defensive line, they have to add a couple pieces for depth. Fine, who cares? You know, but you don't know if they try to trade and maybe get a mid-tier pass rusher or somebody like that. They don't have to get the top guy, but they can get a guy that's productive. If someone's going to work well and help Jalen Carter, or Jalen Carter can help him, you know what I mean, on these one-on-one situations on the outside, or when it comes to Jalen Carter as well, like, you might get somebody nice. Just gotta believe, man. Just gotta stay optimistic. It's this is the name of the game. Well, let me tell you something. The one thing I've always hated what Howie Roseman has done. I hate when he used to sign like 5-6 players on 1-year deals. I used to hate that. And he hasn't really done that because he's actually drafting good players now and they're producing guys now. Defensively, I'm not worried about the defense under Vic Fangio. I'm not worried about that at all. Because now you have some continuity. You have consistency now where he has control of every layer of the defense, every little layer. He knows every player. He knows every player's strengths and weakness. He knows what he's getting, what he needs, and we'll see what happens, man. We'll see what happens. We ain't losing shit compared to other years. Yeah, Iron Mike is 100% correct. We're not. Look at the Detroit Lions, bro. They lost like both their coordinators, and like literally 3/4 of their fucking assistant staff is gone. Gone. Bye-bye, gone. Parfly, don't underestimate Howie's abilities to make next to impossible. No, I get it. Like, they don't have to get a Myles Garrett. They can trade for like a mid-tier guy that could really produce for a couple. He's going to look for guys that have 2 more years left on their contracts and trade, maybe a year left to rent for the year. That's not expensive, but, you know, get Trevon Walker from the Jags, bro. Trevon Walker, how much is that going to cost? Like, Trevon Walker is another name Philly's mentioned it a million times, and I've been looking at that name too. Like, that's another guy from the Jags. They just paid JOK, whatever his name. They just paid what's-his-face over there. So another Bulldog become the Philadelphia. Like, there are moves to be made. There are moves to be made. There's no doubt. I'm not going to believe they're just like, oh, Bryce Huff, he got hurt a couple times, and I really hope, I hope they like open their eyes on that, because I don't think that was Vic Fangio's signing. I think that was Howie signing for Reddick leaving. And it was like a panic move-esque type move for them. Maybe. I don't know. BH Board says, do you see the news on James Pierce? If he falls, we get him. This defense will be great. Yeah, James Pierce, apparently, he's got some off-field issues. I literally put both my hands up. I was like, yep. I was like, if James Pierce falls in this draft, He drops, he drops, he drops. He goes to the Eagles, and guess what? He's a winner. Because this team, like, I don't know what Jalen Carter's. I don't know what Jalen. I honestly don't know what Jalen Carter's his career would have went if he didn't come to Philadelphia. But he's got such a great support system with a lot of the players that he played with. He's got a great support system around him in Philadelphia. So it really keeps him in check and it puts him on the right path. And, you know, it changes their careers, man. Iron Mike says, Bond priority number one, Keegan and or Steen plug in. Or you just sign Mekhi Becton, because I think you have to sign Mekhi Becton because you're going to be losing Lane Johnson in a couple years. So, I mean, realistically, they can always kick out Becton to right tackle if they want. Matt says, not going to lie, I miss BG, but so glad we got him a second ring on his way out, and he was able to play a bit in the Super Bowl. Yeah, he should have had like a couple sacks. He got held on one. He was right next. He got both his arms pretty much dragged down to the ground. I don't know if he's gone yet. I don't. I think Nick is going to persuade him to come for one more year. I do. And let me tell you, Graham is still playing at a high level. Graham is not the guy that's just going to be here going through the motions. Like, this guy not only can play still in a deep rotation now, but as a mental, like being you know what I mean? Like the way he mentored Nolan Smith and some of these other guys. And his trash talk when he does on the field and how it uplifts the guys. Like, I'm telling you, like, if Graham retires, I don't care. Good for him, man. I'm glad we got a second ring for him. But realistically, like, even when he got hurt in that Rams game, by the Super Bowl was like, what, 11 weeks ago before that? He was killing it, dude. Like, he just hit his stride in the season. And then he came back for the Super Bowl, and I thought he gave pressure. He was great. The guy could still play, bro. That man could play. So I'm on board, bro. Let's see. Philly 4-4 said, I've been saying Trevon Walker too. He's in the last year of his deal. That's what I'm saying. Just rent him for the year. Rent him for the year and go draft another edge rusher. See who falls down. I mean, I don't see why not. And then you have another pick. You have another pick in the second round. If you trade back, you'll have 2 picks in the second round. Go back and go get a DT. Go get a DT in the second round. I'm telling you, man. The Eagles got great scouts. They got really good scouts that know how to find that talent. And Fangio knows how to find talent, bro. I'm telling you, you know what I mean? Hold on. I'm trying to get my chat working. My chat, what happens is this chat, it ends up like freezing shit, and then it like I don't know what happened. So we're gonna put this back in before pause. Before hold on. CJ Davis says, just bought my merch, Joey. Damn good, man. Appreciate it so much. We appreciate you so much. Guys, if you haven't checked it out, this is high quality product. Definitely check it out. We have the Champions Jalen Hurts shirt, the polyester high sprung tee that takes like 45 to 50 minutes to make. Obviously, really good fabric. Doesn't peel, doesn't shrink, doesn't fade, doesn't get scrungy. Like, this is a real high quality. All our t-shirts are high quality sprung, whether it's cotton, whether it's polyester. Definitely go get it. Or the main thing, Jalen Hurts t-shirt. Definitely go check it out. These have been going like wildfire, so definitely order yours. Appreciate it so much. We'll have the link in the description, and we'll have the link right now in the live chat for you. Just go check it out. Check it out. We're gonna have a lot more. We're changing the way we do some of our merch now, and yeah, appreciate it so much, guys. We got Luke's dad with another super chat. Thank you so much, man. Says, do you think Davis could add 10 plus more snaps a game next season? He is in totally different conversation if he could play 30 snaps a game. Yeah, I think there's something they just have to see. I liked how, even the last two games, the NFC Championship game, if he's not, look, realistically, Jordan Davis is not going to get you 8 to 10 sacks a season. You know, I'd say 3, maybe 4 to 6, something like that, I think is more realistic. Is he panning out where we drafted him? Probably not. But he's doing well enough for himself where if he's not pass rushing, he's holding up double teams and he's not being moved and he's grabbing running backs that come through the hole with one line, quarterbacks that come through the hole, with one arm and taking them down. So he's doing his job. And I think the last two games, I thought the NFC Championship and that Super Bowl, bro, 2 sacks. I think there's yeah, I think that's awesome. I think there's and I think he'll be a lot cheaper to sign at when, it'll be his last year going into 25. So I think that makes a lot of sense. So we'll see. I'm not expecting him to play 30 snaps. It's not going to happen. Probably not. Probably not. 20, if they can put him up to 23, 24, that'd be great. We don't really need him to play 30 snaps a game. You know what I mean? We'll see how it goes. It could be totally wrong on the situation. So it's doing concept. I feel like the Eagles will not bring back Zach. Instead, they will go get Greenlaw for cheaper. I do believe they will get Miles just because Vix likes him a lot. I don't know, man. You're going to bring in a brand new player. Like, if you add in a Greenlaw plus Ball, I don't know what the contract's supposed to look like, but Zach Bond didn't even start 6 games for the Saints. Okay? Just think about it. In his 4 years with the Saints, he didn't even start 6 games. Okay, this was a gem. And all I see is Zach Bond saying, I love this place. I love this place. Him and Fangio hugging, thank you for everything you did. And he doesn't want to go nowhere. I think they'll figure out something. As long as Bond gets signed, I will sit back and relax the rest of this offseason. I'm not kidding. If Zach Bond, I'm not even talking about Mekhi Becton getting signed or Rodgers or if Slay's staying or not. If Bond stays, I feel like that everything will go down where it's supposed to go. I feel like we're going down a good path there. So I feel pretty good, man. Reverend BS, are you gonna do some Joey React videos for the upcoming draft? Love these, great insight. Gotta wear the Corral. Oh, we got the Corral jerseys ready. The actual reactions to videos are going to be in the memberships. Go up to the pinned comment and grab yourself any membership. Doesn't matter what it is. You're going to get draft highlight reaction videos every single day. Not right now, probably in a few weeks. Draft highlight reaction videos. Definitely pick up a membership in the top if you guys have not. Yeah, we'll be doing more of those. So you'll be seeing the membership videos and just for $2 a month, literally you can get more content every single day. So I'm still going to do draft videos for the regular channel, obviously, but for memberships, I put up actual video that gets copyrighted and stuff like that. So that's the only reason why I do it. So become a member, you get more content. All right, Mike said, I wish I didn't go order the main thing shirt. I would have got the other. Yeah, the other one came like a day or two later. The other one actually got made a day or two later. That's why. So so the polyester shirt, we had no idea like we were going to use that, and then we finally saw the design. We're like, all right, let's use it. It was made really nicely. So Dave says, hey Julie, what do you think about Gilly the kid hyping up the team becoming our mascot? Gilly the kid. Yeah, I thought he was awesome, man. I always watched his stuff this season. Blabbing games, just dude show up talking negative all the time. Joey Dam. What'd I talk negative about? What'd I say negative? I don't know. Troll, I guess. I don't know. Leon Banks in the super chat says, fuck the Lions. Every year we when other teams don't credit us, Lions got spanked by Washington and we killed them. Weak ass teams. Let's repeat. That's what I'm saying, bro. That's what I'm saying. They have a big chance to do some great things. Big chance to do great things this season. So they just got to get their house in number with their free agents and who they're re-signing and guys that they're secretly going to get. We're going to see how much cap space they free up. That's going to be a whole nother thing that they do. If I see like 45, if I see the Eagles get, they free up money and they get up to 45, $50 million, and I already know they're already ready to, re-sign and redo this thing all over again. Simple as that. Because you're the defending Super Bowl champions going into this season now. Every team that wins against you is going to celebrate like it's the Super Bowl. Okay. And you got a target on your back. You got a big target on your back going into the season now. And it's not going to affect the Eagles at all because as long as we win, it doesn't matter. And obviously the, this is what we do, man. The Lions, we could have went to Detroit and beat their ass too, bro. Trust me. How many picks? I think we got 8, maybe. I think 7 or 8. It might be 7 or 8. I'm not sure. The Philly 500 Mouse House Club. Amon Ra's a bum. Yeah, his stupid comments, bro. It's like he's talking about Philly, bro, and they couldn't even beat Washington. They fucked up that game. I mean, even with the 16, 17 players on IR defensively, which already caught up to them in that game, how many times on 4th and 2 they couldn't even fucking make a stop? Especially the 4th and 2 they had on their defense when they were in the red zone, and they had too many men on the field. They had 12 men on the field. And then a stupid fucking trick play from Jameson Williams. Stupid trick play he hesitated, threw it late, picked off. And unfortunately, they stopped running the football. And they were taking unnecessary shots. And it was a good game back and forth, but this is what happens when you have no defense, bro. That Lions Washington game is the main reason why you need to have a defense in the fucking playoffs. That back and forth shit would have drove me insane. All fucking game. Like if that happened, the Super Bowl back, it would have been nuts, dude. Wish from N Philly LV says, I really don't want to lose Mill. He progressed every year with us. We let everyone that's going to end up being an all-pro go. Milt's going to go, bro. Milt's going to go, man. It's definitely going to go. Unfortunately, you're going to get, look, you're not paying Milton Williams $21 million a year, bro. That's what he's going to get paid. It's a lot of money, dude. It's not going to happen. Keep producing. Yeah, sure, it's a loss, but the coaching's still too good behind it. So, can't do it. You get a compensatory pick. You get a 3rd-round pick for Milton. Milton, they're not going to keep Milton Williams and not get a 3rd-round pick for 26. The Eagles are going to need a lot of picks for 26. They're going to have 2/3, 3, 4. I mean, they're going to be in 26. They're going to be loaded for Josh Sweat's 4th rounder and the 3rd and God knows what else. If we trade back from the 2nd round, Howie's going to get another pick in the 2nd round, and he's going to get another pick for fucking 26. You know that for a fact. They're going to get a pick for 26. They're going to load up in 26. They will load the fuck up in 26. No doubt. This year going to that. So Rose says, not negative. When I first watched Joey, I was frustrated, but dude doesn't sugarcoat and just gives us the honest opinion. Got to respect that, and that's why I'm still here. Hey, look, if people don't support, they don't support, bro. But at the end of 23, I said, hey, I'm gonna be a fan that no one's gonna like, and unfortunately, I had to tell the truth about the team at the end of 23, and people hated me for it. It is what it is, can't just be positive because that's how we should be. Like, we gotta be realistic. I don't want to be negative ever, Beastguard says, the way the Eagles ended the season, the rest of the league should be fucking terrified. We finally hit our stride right when it matters most, It's like at the end, KC loses the fucking Super Bowl. Not even that. When KC won against us in 22, we're going to three-peat. Or no, even last year when KC won, we're going to three-peat. You know what I mean? Like, they already, thought they were going to, this shit was going to be given to them. Already thought they was going to be given to them. And then they, after we beat them, Mahomes we'll be back next year. I'm like, dude, you guys take this shit for granted, bro. You really do. K Poulians, what's going on, man? It says, Joey, what a journey. I start watching all your videos with 500 since 22. By far the best stream and information about the team and now world champions. What a ride. I appreciate you sticking with us, man. It's been a hell of a ride, especially when we do videos every day and then we're talking to you guys every day and we go through this whole thing together. It's great. It's a great thing. You know. ADW, what's going on, man? Yes, the Rams game was tough, man. It was a tough game. Stafford's good. Stafford's a top 7 quarterback, bro. He's a top 7 QB, in my opinion. He's great. Dre Diesel with the super chat. What's going on, man? It says St. Brown talking like Detroit will beat the... Yeah, whatever. Whatever. I don't get these dudes. Like, you're talking about the team you weren't even going to face. You know what I mean? You're not even talking shit about Washington. You're talking shit. I mean, seriously, bro. The jealousy is just out of fucking control. You know? Drew said, hopefully the AFC can grow a pair and keep KC out of the bowl, but I wouldn't mind the Birds destroying them again. No, me neither. But realistically, like, how did the AFC not see that offensive line being a huge disaster, bro? I mean, realistically, like, Joe Tooney was a guard 4 weeks prior to the Super Bowl. He switched to tackle, and he's not at a strong position. Mike Caliendo's fucking horrible. Trey Davis is horrible. Pass protection at right guard. The right tackle's horrible. Like, their offensive line and their offensive line wasn't the same. It was way better in 22. The offensive line was way better in 22. And they were more explosive in 22 because they just looked more explosive that year. And obviously this is a year, probably Mahomes' worst year. I mean, still under 4,000 yards, you know? It's all about wins, bro. How do you want to be remembered, bro? How do you want to be remembered? Realistically, you got Lamar Jackson's never been to a Super Bowl. Josh Allen, like, he's so good at what he does, but still can't even get to a Super Bowl because he can't even win. He can't win a playoff game on the fucking road. You know what I mean? Like, I don't get these guys. So if Josh Allen doesn't make it to the playoffs his entire career and he has good years every year, so what do you say? Is there merit for fucking just having good seasons and not making it to, not winning fucking rings? That's what I'm saying, bro. It makes you laugh because, like, Jalen Hurts doesn't even have 20 fucking touchdowns for the year. You know what I mean? But you ran the ball a shit ton this year. You passed more in 22. You ran more in 20 and 24. You know? One of the 4 quarterbacks that's made it to multiple fucking Super Bowls, Jalen Hurts. It's crazy shit, man. So give the fucking dude respect. Give the fucking dude respect. Deserves it. Fucking hate. I hate dudes that I can't stand it, man. The only people that I'll like watch, realistically, like, I've heard Peyton Manning and Eli Manning say really nice things about Hurts. Kurt Warner said some good things about Hurts. I'm trying to Nate Burleson says some good things about Hurts. Like, there's a lot of guys. Like, some of these podcasts and these fucking, like, they think they're like legit, like they know what they're fucking talking about from these stupid fucking little mini fucking podcast shows. So it's ridiculous, bro. Let me fix this live chat again. It's crazy shit, dude. There's 234 in the chat. Make sure you like the stream like crazy. I appreciate it so much. Definitely subscribe if you're too. Appreciate it. And by the way, this video is sponsored by BetUS. Thank you for everybody for joining up today. If you haven't checked out BetUS, definitely go check them out if you guys have it. Appreciate it so much. Appreciate it. We got a super chat from the Hemorrhoid Strikes Back. Says, our second ring brought about a twofold outrage because, one, our franchise has surpassed others in rings, and two, top 5 QB combos have had to be reevaluated. Yeah. Because honestly, like, there should be at least a new metric to how they look at quarterbacks now. I think winning percentage is definitely going to be in there. It should be in there. So, you know what I mean? The Eagles are crafty. When they want to pass, they could beat you. When they want to run, they could beat you. They can do whatever they want because it's not how the NFL wants it to be. They don't put look, when the season started, the Eagles weren't even in the conversation. All everybody was talking about was the downfall in 23. Like, everybody just brought up this fucking downfall. No one said the Eagles were going to do what they were going to do. Nothing. And now everyone's saying that the Eagles are just a stacked team around a bad quarterback. Now we're stacked. All I hear now we're stacked. We were nothing beginning of the season. Now we're just stacked with an average fucking quarterback, with a generational running back at fucking quarterback. Like, that's what it is, though. So, it's crazy, bro. It's crazy. But I appreciate the super chat, man. Pat says maybe 25 we get balanced and Jalen throws for 3,500 and 25. Yeah, sure. But to be honest, probably not because you have Saquon Barkley. And you know what? And you could feed off of that. If teams want to sell out for Barkley, they're going to pass on you. Adjustments will be made, you know? Beastguard said, if you can't give credit to Jarrett Hurts after this playoff run, you're just a hater. Yeah, it's as simple as that, man. Matt says a lot ended up eating crow on Hurts, and man, it was sweet to see. Beastguard says, well, the way Hurts played in the regular season, all the criticism was warranted, but he answered the call to shut us all up. This playoff run and the fact, sorry, I just screwed up. And that's a fact. He shut me up for life. And Matt says, I'd rather keep them hating and doubting us how we like it, but even if they can never take away that we are two-time Super Bowl champion. Yeah, I mean, realistically, I want them to keep hating just because I feel like, yeah, it's only going to make the core. They hear all this fucking noise. They hear it. In these games when they're talking to each other, they're saying exactly what we're saying. Fuck what they said. What are they going to say now? Brandon Graham after the Super Bowl, get these fucking guys off your back. Everybody knows that this quarterback doesn't get respected enough. I mean, we already know this, Saquon's getting that record done next season. I could probably agree with that, sure. D-Voice says, do you think Garrett is more of an impactful player than right now? Do you think Garrett is more of an impact player than right now? He is impact. Yes, because he's hungry. He's hungry being on a shitty fucking franchise for a long time, and he's had enough of it. That guy's going to be more than hungry. Trust me. If, there are players that have bad seasons, they'll complain. They'll be on the news every year. They'll have sound bites after games. Like Garrett doesn't say a damn word every year. He just does his thing, and that's it. The only thing that he did was say, "Hey, I'm going to request a trade." I feel like he wants to win a Super Bowl. We need to find ring chasers. We need to find some ring chasers that want to come to Philadelphia. Philadelphia is going to become a very, very. It's going to become an attractive place to sign because they took down 2 empires in 7 fucking years. They took down 2 dynasties in 7 years. James said it's going to be more of a pass offense next year. Why? Look, if I think you might pass a little bit more only because they're not going to let Saquon Barkley get these 1 carry, 1 touchdown fucking series. You're not going to let that happen. Devos, I meant to say, do you think Garrett is more of an impactful player than Carter right now? Than Carter? I think they're both impactful. I don't think putting them against each other is fair because Garrett has the numbers and he's been in the league a lot longer. The only issue I have is that, if Garrett was a DT, they're 2 different positions. Garrett is on the edge. Garrett can get those one-on-ones on the edge, whether he gets chipped or he has those one-on-ones most of the time. He beats his man. That's it. It's over. What Jalen Carter's got to deal with is trapping guys, offenses that are trapping him, they're double teaming him because if we have an edge rusher that's not producing as much. But you run stunts, you do some blitz packages when the Eagles didn't blitz in the Super Bowl, but not one blitz in the Super Bowl. So you can't really compare both of them because they both played two different positions on the line. So I kind of want to excuse that because I don't think it really makes too much sense. Ethan Chavos, what's going on? Says, do you go with Shipley or get a running back via free agency? I would definitely see what other running backs are available. Sure. I mean, not paying anybody, like rotate, like a second back. I mean, I like Will Shipley. I think he should start. Yes. He needs to he looks like he's out of shape. When he was running, I was like, damn. He looked like he was already gassed just from run because he's not used to playing this much. He's not used to having a game like that. That was the best game, the NFC Championship game. That was the best game of the year for him as a rookie. So I think in the passing game, you throw to him on stride as a wide receiver. I mean, fucking Will Shipley is like another Danny Woodhead if he gets even better. He's only going to get better. I would like to have a bigger back for red zone or something. Like I would love to have a big back in Philadelphia. They never like to use that. They like a lot of speed. They like, so I get it. But they're not paying Kenneth Gainwell. I mean, that's not happening. Gainwell gets his flowers, bro. I respect it. He's gotten better every year when he was here. He's a 5th-round pick out of Memphis. I mean, a 5th-round pick out of Memphis as a backup running back. Have I agreed the way they've used Gainwell or they have valued Gainwell over DeAndre Swift? They valued Gainwell over Miles Sanders at times? Yeah, sure. Do I like him being on 2-minute offense every single game where we really need Saquon in the game? And then there were times that he had some really good plays. So kudos to him and good for him, man. I'm happy for him. A 5th-round pick running back, he's had some pretty good years in Philadelphia. Luke's down with the super chat. Thank you so much, man. He says, we wouldn't want to have drama about Hurts or AJ or Nick if the team did endorse the station. Who starts all the drama? Lurie needs to move from WF. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know who's in control of that shit, so I'm not even true. So I'm not sure. I don't think they have any control over that because they're the main station over there. So I don't know if they can't stop from them saying anything. They can't really stop any of it. But I get it. Roddy said, what up, Joe? Do you see the Adam Kaplan report that Kellen tried to get our defensive end outside linebacker coach as well? Jeremiah Washburn Jr.? Jeremiah Washburn Jr.? Who the fuck is that? I think Bobby King is our linebacker coach. Clint Hurd is the defensive line coach. So what is he, like another assistant? Jeremiah I don't even know. Unless this is a troll job, I don't know. The name sounds familiar, but Drew said there's a lot of good backs of the draft. We'll take one, maybe 6th round. Yeah, I don't want the Eagles taking a running back in this draft. I honestly bring in a lot of undrafted guys, to be honest with you. I'd feel more comfortable with that than wasting a pick on a running back, to be honest with you. I don't think they really need it. In the draft, I don't think they need it. Washburn coaches the edge rushers. Oh, okay. Yeah, there's some coaches I just don't know. I know the main coaches. I don't know every assistant, but I know all the main assistants. Sure, but that's about it. I mean, I'm not surprised. Kellen Moore has no fucking friends, so I mean, he's got no friends. Ryan says Nick would have gotten killed if we didn't win the Super Bowl after not letting Barkley go for the record. Yeah, I know. That was what I was really nervous about. When we didn't let Barkley go for that record, and I get why they did it, but I'm a selfish moron, and sometimes I just want him to, and that's like, this opportunity might not come ever again. You never know. You lose the Super Bowl and don't get that record. Oh, man. Man, oh, man. Wouldn't like that at all. Wouldn't like that at all. So, You know what I mean? All right, hold on. I'm just trying to get my. This fucking chat keeps stalling on me. I don't know why. So stupid, bro. So dumb. What am I doing? There we go. Okay. Okay. Hello? Hello? This thing. All right. Sorry. This fucking chat. I don't. It's not you guys. It's the shit I'm using. Just, I hope Shipley's the number 2 next year. No hate to Kenny. Oh no, I mean Shipley, I think has a ton of value, bro. Especially like I said, the passing game. I think he's gonna be a huge weapon, bro. Huge weapon. Well, I think it was. I don't know if it was the Washington game. Fucking alarm. I think it was the Washington game. I forgot when they. I think it was when they passed him. I forgot what it was, but I was like, damn, like one-on-one open space, man. He makes guys miss, break their ankle. I mean, he's great. He's great. No issue at all. Come on, man. Work. Why am I dealing with this? Sorry. This fucking thing. Ryan says Nick would have gotten killed if we didn't win the Super Bowl after. Yeah, I saw that. Devo, do you think that Jake Elliott question mark was answered in the Super Bowl? Are you still worried? I think you should still bring somebody in. You know, I mean, that was 16 points he scored. One, he got everyone, and just to be nitpicky, he almost missed one when he went the right side of the post. But he was good, man. He went out like 5 hours before the Super Bowl started, and he was already kicking like early. He was locked in. He was completely locked in. So the real fan says Nick would have gotten killed if they let Barkley. Okay, here I read that. Let's see. Pat says I would still bring in competition. Can't hurt. No, I'd do it. Ryan said I wasn't that worried about Jake in the dome, but weather was bad this year. It's just weird because how many bad weather games did Jake play? And that fucking Buffalo Bills game, that Miami game, bro, like 23, he was fucking excellent that year. He was excellent. I mean, before everyone he started missing kicks at the end of the year. Douglas says, why do we always lose coaches every time we go to the Super Bowl? The Chiefs always keep theirs. Well, the Chiefs are just different because Spags has been there since 2018. When they don't leave, when they want to leave, they leave. If they don't, they don't. It's just what it is. Unfortunately, Kellen has been trying to get a head coaching job since 2020. He's been trying to get a head coaching job for a while. It is what it is. Coaching jobs, you get like 4 times the salary. And some coaches like to turn a bad team around to a good team. There are teams that get new head coaches when the teams aren't bad, but they're not great. And then there are teams that are totally horrible. That team has no quarterback. The Saints have no quarterback. They're like 80-something million over the cap. Like, they're a fucking mess right now. By the time he fixes that team or gets them under the cap, by the time he fixes that team in 2 years, he'll probably be fired. Like, it's hard to turn a team like that around. You know what I mean? It's hard to do that. Rose says, yeah, Washburn did a fantastic job with Nolan Smith, Jacobs, Hunt, Sweat, BG, and Burks. Pat said they also don't want another shot for whatever reason, loyalty to money or whatever. Sometimes I want Saquon to break the record and win the Super Bowl. Call me greedy. Well, I was the same way. I was the exact same way, bro. Steve says Reed calls his own plays. Eagles head coach don't, especially Nick. And that's, yeah. Andy Reid has this play calling in-house. Doesn't matter what coordinator's next to him. It's his game plan, and he calls it out. So that's the reason why. That's the biggest reason why. Now we have Fangio here. He'll be here for a while. Nice to see Vic Fangio win his first fucking Super Bowl with his defense with the best. And that's what I'm saying, bro. That's what I'm saying, though, too. Like, Kellen Moore, oh, I'm gonna go to the Saints. I could do this, right? What team has a GM like Howie Roseman that puts together the roster that, you know what I mean? Not only does the roster have to be put together the right way on paper and look good on paper, but then the coaching aspect comes behind it. And that's where the Eagles were kind of lacking a little bit. So the real fan says this might backfire on Kellen Moore. You should have waited like Ben Johnson. That is what it is, bro. Look, realistically, guys, like, does anybody think that Kellen Moore is realistically? Like, does anybody think that Kellen Moore is like some big time crazy great OC? I don't think he's like guys, he was good, but I don't think he was some masterclass fucking coordinator. Realistically, this was Nick's offense with Kellen Moore-esque plays. This was a Nick Sirianni offense with Kellen's flavor into it, pretty much. That's how I've been kind of looking at the offense. By the end of the season, I was like, yeah, you know what? This offense looks like a Nick offense, besides some of the dumb, bubble screens and some stupid stuff like that. But Kellen has inserted some things into this offense with the motion and the this and the that, and I get that. And dialing up some things. So I don't think Kellen Moore is some like big time. I think he's good, but I don't think, you know what I mean. We'll find out how good he is going to the Saints. He'll call the plays for him and Doug. He'll game plan with Doug with the Saints and see what happens. We'll see what happens, bro. Johnny F says retain Vaughn, Williams, Becton, Reed, and trade. Well, Reed's fine. Reed's not a free agent. Reed's a free agent after this year. They extended him last year. And trade for Garrett or Crosby. If we get younger at cornerback, there will be plenty of cornerbacks on the trade market. You're not getting a corner on the trade market. I mean, possibly you could. Corners are just expensive, bro. It's hard to get a good one. And for a good one to play on the outside, you got to pay up for that. You got to pay up for it. Like, bringing Isaiah Rodgers back would be a great fucking signing. That would be a great re-sign for a couple years. Great re-sign. Slay coming back, depending on price, and price is really the biggest thing right now. So we got to see what happens with that too, But you're not signing Milton Williams back, and I don't know if they're trading for Garrett or Crosby. Crosby definitely not, and Garrett, we'll see what the price is, but I can't make any promises on that. Right, so Steichen was my favorite OC we've had for Jalen. I would take him over Kellen any day. Yeah, not a bad OC at all. Not a bad OC at all. And the one thing he hasn't done was take our coaches after he didn't take our coaches after he left. I don't think he did. I don't think he took one coach from the Eagles at all. Pat says, yeah, but the offense Dak was running was more complex than this offense. Complex as in what, though? Complex as in what, though? I think this offense was way better than Dallas because I think the talent was just better. They had better talent. They got a better GM in Philadelphia than they do with Dallas. What do we have over Dallas? If you want to call them a complex offense, we have a really good defense to complement the offense. And we have a quarterback that can win in big moments. That quarterback can't. That quarterback can't barely can get through the first round half the time, or can get to an NFC Championship game. I think there's a lot of differences. Kellen Moore just coming here, what? I mean, more complex. Well, why didn't they win a Super Bowl then? Why didn't they win? That's really the big question, man. Hold on. So we'll see. Drew said the Saints job was supposed to be Kingsbury, but he didn't take it. We almost juked this problem. Yeah, it was close. Kingsbury was the first runner-up, and then apparently McCarthy was supposed to have an interview and never happened. He didn't get that long-term deal in Dallas as the head coach, the extension, so he decided to take off the year. McCarthy was a runner-up too for that spot, and he backed out of it. So, all right. I'm getting rid of this. I'm getting rid of the chat, guys. I'm getting rid of the pop-up chat because it's like my computer's fine. Like when I use this pop-up chat thing, it's like it fucks up my whole computer, like slows everything down, and I don't know why. So that's gonna be gone. We're getting rid of that. We're getting rid of that. Okay. So, yeah, we're getting rid of all that. Let's see here. D-Voice said there's rumors of Dallas and the Saints swapping Dak and Carr won't have, but also won't make a difference. That might be good because they get rid of the fake contract. Well, they just paid Dak, so I don't know how that fucking happens. The real fan says Dak also made McCarthy look bad. Yeah, bro, but your fucking owner is the GM. He's everything. You think when Jerry Jones passes away, Steven Jones is gonna do a better fucking job? No. Pat says pro style offense versus a dumbed down version because we ran more. I'm not complimenting the Cowboys, just Kellen. Yeah. Well, I mean, you said their offense was more complex, so I don't know if it was more complex, then they'd be winning. They'd be winning in big moments, and they don't. Pat said pro style offense. Over there. See, Steven says bring back Frank Reich. I think honestly, guys, I think potentially it's going to be Kevin Patul for OC. I think Patul will be. I think Patul will be the new OC. That's what I'm getting from it. It's been too quiet. It's been way too quiet. There hasn't been one interview from the Eagles yet. There hasn't been one interview yet this whole entire time. Pat says pro. Let's see. Rex has been. Then he reports those interviewing OCs besides Patullo. We haven't even interviewed Patullo. Maybe behind the scenes, but I haven't seen anything. No, there's been nothing. Absolutely nothing. Johnny says Jalen Hurts' cap hit is 21. I thought it was in the 30s. Maybe it is 21. He's got the lowest cap hit this season. Out of all quarterbacks, he got the lowest cap hit. I'm telling you right now, they're gonna fuck with his contract and extend. They're gonna extend it to save more cap. I'm telling you, they're gonna make some serious fucking room. And serious as in like 50 to 55 million, 48 to 55. Dunn said we need to learn from our mistakes and not promote from within. Yeah, I don't know what they're gonna do here. I don't. That's where I'm kind of off about it too, because I don't really like that either. Kay says Patul equals Sirianni calls the plays. Yeah, that's like when 23 if Brian Johnson was the scapegoat, I don't know why Patul didn't come in and save us with the play calling. I don't know why. If Patul is this good to be an OC, like why wasn't he involved in 23? Why did we fall apart like we I know a lot of things happened, but firing Sean Desai and getting Matt Patricia in there to install a new defense and I mean just made no fucking sense. PA says Sports says we need a balanced offense so we could keep everyone happy. Rocky says Jurgens will get his extension this offseason. Potentially. He's on a contract year, so we'll see. That won't if they extend him, it won't hit until next year, obviously. So Draft Junkie says, would you trade Goddard? Probably not. I don't know. Probably not. I mean, I don't know what they're gonna do with him. They kind of need him this year for his last year, but they need to restructure. They need to redo his deal for his last year. They need to redo his deal. They need to restructure him, save like a few $1,000,000, and give him some money up front for his last year. Chris says, give Jalen a say in hiring. Yeah, the number one thing that I know is probably going to happen going forward is that Jalen's going to have a lot to say when it comes to, I don't know if it's going to be the hiring process, but it's going to be like installing the things that he wants installed in this offense. I think he's going to have a lot here. FAA says, would you bring Ertz back? Interesting. I don't know. I mean, I don't even know if is he retiring after I mean, I don't know if he's gonna retire or whatnot. I don't know if Commander's gonna bring him back, you know. So I've heard like rumors of like, Zach Ertz might be going to another team. We'll see what happens. But, we'll see though. We'll see. Lincoln Riley, well, I don't know if that's gonna happen. I don't know if they go in the college ranks and try to get somebody. They've interviewed guys in the past, like before Fangio was hired as DC. Like they went in the college rank. Even before last year, they went into the college ranks. And they had Steve Minter from Michigan. They did the Georgia DC. They did a whole bunch of guys. They never got a job. James, I went to the NFC Championship game. I wouldn't want Ertz back. Dude had a personal coach to cry over his shoulder every time things don't go his way. I'm not even joking. Yeah. And unfortunately, he's got the reason why we let him catch so many balls in that fucking NFC Championship game underneath was wide open because we know he can't fucking run. He's got no yak. That's probably one of the worst things about Ertz. Like Ertz can run a route, can get separation, but as soon as he got the ball in his hands, bro, he walks like one like he walks like he runs like 5 steps every like 30 minutes. So I don't know if Lincoln Riley did. I'm not sure. FA says, yeah, his knees aren't there. Yeah, we'll see, man. It's gonna be busy, bro. It's gonna be a lot busier than we realize. Like it's not a lot of moves, but Howie's gonna capitalize on retain. He's gonna retain some guys. I would say he's gonna retain 4 or 5 guys. I'm not even saying Milton or Josh Sweat. I think he'll retain a few guys. I really do. I rewatched the Super Bowl, Clark. I rewatched Super Bowl probably like 5 times already. Yeah, probably. Especially with my girlfriend. I rewatched it with her. So, but yeah. So I think so this stream is sponsored by BetUS. I'll go check them out if you guys have not. Appreciate it so much. Definitely go check them out if you guys haven't. Weapon X, what's going on, man? How you doing? Rigo said we need to stay strong, stay young. Well, yeah, that's the number one thing, bro. And that's what's going to happen. Who can we restructure? You can restructure Lane Johnson for 2.9, Dallas Goedert for I think over 4. Hurts contract they can restructure that they extend Saquon. Saquon literally has this year, and then he has an option year in 26. They can extend him another year and save some money. I mean, there's going to be plenty of ways to save money. Weapon X says, I want to bring back the guys we drafted. Yeah, I mean, realistically, like, well, who's a free agent? Yeah, I mean, you're not going to be able to. Josh Sweat and Milton are gone. They're gone, bro. They're not coming back. Howie Roseman wants those comp picks. You get a 3rd round pick for Milt. You get a 4th round pick for Josh Sweat. You're getting comp picks for 26. You ain't bringing them back. I guarantee you 100%. I'm telling you, if Milton, it's impossible. Milton, it will never happen. Milton, it makes no sense because Davis is a free agent after this year, and he'll be a lot cheaper. And then Jalen Carr is going to get paid a lot of money. So realistically, makes no sense at all. But when it comes to edge rusher, like if Sweat can come back on a better price, sure. He has a better chance of coming back than Milton. Milton has no chance. So I'm afraid to say it, but I don't think you're keeping any of those guys. He wants those picks for 26. I don't think it's a law. Like, yeah, of course, every guy that leaves is a loss, but it's you still got Jordan Davis, you got Jalen Carter, you got Nolan Smith. Thank God he's playing at a high level now. Jalix Hunt, I want to see him produce more, another offseason under his belt. But Joshua did say, like, hey, I want, I want to get paid, but I want to find the right situation. So he's just one of those guys that's like, yeah, sure, money's nice, but I want to go to a situation, where I'm not going to be struggling every year and not, it's hard to go to a team that's paying you a lot of money. Josh Sweat goes to a team that's going to pay him so much money he can't even believe it, and then he's going to lose like every fucking season, and not do, you know what I mean? So the number one signing for the Philadelphia Eagles is Zach Bond. Mekhi Becton, Isaiah Rodgers is cheap. If they want to bring in Oren Burks back, I would suggest you do that because I don't think he's going to be expensive either. I think there's going to be a lot of guys that they'll bring back. I'd give up all of them for Myles Garrett. Yeah, well, I don't know if player for player trade. Yeah, I mean they're free agents. You can't give away free agents, but I don't know what it's going to cost. And I don't even really have us making that move, to be honest with you, unless, I don't know. Pat Sweat could need to take a hefty discount to stay. Yeah, well, how hefty is it going to be, And that looks good on Howie, Roseman's fucking, reputation too. Like if you could sign a contract if you could sign a guy twice, 3 times, that's a feather in your cap, bro. That makes him look really good. And guys that produce, that's good. What's going on, James Madalena? What's going on? Beastguard said we need to start. I stopped the chat popping up on the screen because it's slowing up my computer. It's a stupid. I have to get rid of it because it's not working too well. It works and then it freezes my whole stream up. We need a kick punt returner. Yeah, DeJean is too valuable now. They got to keep him off the punt returns. It's way too valuable now. Can't keep him on there anymore. So, gotta keep him off of that. Webbin says this offseason is going to be interesting. It is. It's not a lot of moves. It's really not. It's not a lot of moves. There's mid-tier trade. Like you think, like if you're not trading for Myles Garrett, you're not going for. They can go get Trevon Walker. They can go out and trade for a mid-tier guy that can play on the edge and do a pretty good job. Like they don't need and they could draft. Like if they trade back, if there's like still edge rushers in the first round going to the second round, that 32nd pick is pretty much a second round pick at that point. Trade back and they could draft 2 guys in the second round. I mean, guys fall off the board into that second day might be a big day for us. Might be a huge fucking day for us. Elliot Petoskey, what's going on, man? Says whoever mentioned trading for Kyle Pitts, I like the idea. Yeah, if they feel like they could make him into something with a stacked team around him, I don't mind it. Bring back. I don't know if is Covey a free agent, dude. Rico. Clark said, I like maybe Dotson on kick rate. Yeah, well, Dotson came in, I think, what was it, the last game when they were resting guys? He came in as the second punt returner. They need someone else to do it, bro. Somebody. I saw Bond's contract, us 3 years, $40 million. Yeah, $14 million a year is pretty fucking. That's a deal. I mean, it's projected, so it's not going to be accurate, but potentially, like if it's $14 million a year for Zach Bond, I'd pay it. Do we stay aggressive or conservative? I think you always got to be aggressive, but aggressive like as in what? Aggressive for giving away multiple firsts for a player? No, that's stupid. That's not aggressive. That's just being stupid. If you think this team could repeat, if you think you can retain guys at a specific price, you could do it. Like, don't put yourself in cap hell. Aggressive is aggressive, but don't be reckless. Is what I'm saying. Yeah, John Dotson at wide receiver 3. I like. Glad they gave him some opportunities in the playoffs. The Green Bay game, touchdown, and the 2 catches he had in the Super Bowl, which was great. So, yeah, the Bryce Huff contract, I don't know what they're going to do. Rye said, "Yeah, I'm looking for the second day of the draft being our big day since we have the last pick in the first round." Yeah, I think that'll be. I think that'll be traded back, bro. I want a couple picks in the second round. I really do. Steven says, "Do you feel Myles Garrett is not worth 2 number ones?" No, for a 29-year-old edge rusher, no, no, not even. James says, "Who do you think will be the OC?" Probably Patullo. Unless it, I haven't seen any. I haven't seen nothing. I've seen no interviews. Not one. Not one has been. Not one. Pat says we have 3 5th-round picks. We could do some stuff with that and comp. Oh yeah, dude. I mean, I don't know if they get comp picks for 26. I don't know if they can use them in the draft yet. I have to see. I don't know if you can use those yet. So you get rewarded those. You don't get rewarded those till later. I think after the draft, right? All right. I'm not really sure. I'm not really sure. Maybe I think you might have them. If Mill and Josh Sweat sign to other teams, they should be. I don't know. There's a certain date they're rewarded though, so I'm not sure. I'm telling you guys, like Howie's gonna be cooking, bro. Like everyone's gotta relax. I think we're gonna be fine. Webben says I would package this year's first round pick and next year's for Myles Garrett in a heartbeat. No. Mm-mm. I would just double dip or draft somebody. I would go get a mid tier guy and go go draft an edge rusher. They'll do better with the They'll do better with the rotation, especially with Nolan Smith being a better player now. Jalix Hunt might step up and be even better next year. Like I'm not wasting 2 first-rounders on one guy for a short amount of time. You know, if he was like 27, 26, sure. At 29 years old, you know, great player, but no, probably not. So, other than that, guys, I think we're gonna head out. If you guys have not, the Philly Shakedown merch, I've already said it a few times, and they've been going like crazy. If you guys have it checked out, we have the full polyester, the full mesh polyester shirt fabric, great quality. Check the description for this shirt for sizes. They run a little bit bigger. So definitely go check it out for the champion shirt. It's been selling like crazy, and the main thing t-shirt as well. They've been going like wildfire the last like 3-4 days. So our clothing guy in Florida has a lot of work ahead of him still right now. And is trying to get things out ASAP for everybody. Go check it out. Link is in the description, and it's in the live chat as well. And check those out. Appreciate it so much from everybody being here today. So we'll have a video out for tomorrow. I just got my Super Bowl stuff. I just got my hat today. I got my shirt like 2 days ago, which is great. Great fit. And I have a couple more things coming in. So, and yeah. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you're new. For more Eagles news every single day, and make sure you like the stream because it helps out tremendously. And we'll be back with a shakedown on Saturday. We'll have a stream on Friday, probably a call-in, something like that. We'll do a call-in or something. And appreciate the super chats, appreciate the memberships, all that great stuff tonight. And yeah, you guys enjoy the rest of your day. And I will see you guys on the next one. Remember, Shakes what up, follow slide, peace out, guys.